Hello everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just gone over to Bitcoin, bigger the CoinsKid group. So I actually went short on the wrong swing high yesterday. I was getting a bit ahead of myself, to be honest with you. We ramped up so much and we were creating a small little bearish divergence that I actually jumped into a little short, but it was the wrong swing high, it was the wrong swing high. I should have been patient, to be honest with you. I just waited for it to come down a little bit more. But anyway, I lost around about 1% because after I made the video, I did go short and I went short on the trend line. I'll show you in a minute. And then it came up and I got stopped out. And it is what it is, to be honest with you. So I always try and find these opportunities with very, very minimal risk to yourself, okay? And that's exactly the sort of trades you want to be looking at. So anyway, you can't win every trade. It's the way it is. You can't win every trade. You can't lose every trade. And that's the way it is as well. So you sort of manage your risk. You're not going to be completely 100% successful. Please remember that. And it's all a learning curve, okay? So yeah, like I said to you, pretty much a crowded trade, wasn't it, I think? So anyway, aside from that, right now, looking at Bitcoin rainbow chart, every time we're down here in the dark blue is always a good opportunity, although at the time it never feels like an opportunity. I remember that one there with Corona Dump as well, just down there as well. I wasn't part of Bitcoin, to be honest with you, at this point. I started to get in, I think, sort of mid 2017, just after we got the breakout on XRP. This is the sort of time I was coming into Bitcoin and crypto, to be honest with you. And then I just remained in crypto the whole way down there, the whole way down, just learning, self-educating, looking at the projects and trying to educate myself as you do. And then, come out the other side. So it's been a great journey and hopefully we can continue this journey. So remember, I make forecasts on the channel and sometimes they don't always play out, obviously. And obviously some do actually play out, but they take a very long time to play out for Bitcoin and especially the other altcoin projects. But right now I do think there's certain coins that are in the floor, really overextended from their EMAs. I know I'm rambling a bit, but I have posted quite a bunch of those today on Twitter, and I do need to make an altcoin video for you, some altcoins, because we've been nailing some of these altcoins. And like I said to you, if Bitcoin ramps up and goes sideways, when it starts to slow down, there are opportunities in altcoins, and this is why we're seeing some of those explode. But aside from that, every time this chart is like printing this signal down in the blue, it is a buy zone. I mean, look down there, that was a beautiful little sweet spot, wasn't it? And we was looking at this chart on the way down, when we come back into this blue zone, it's just a really good area, and it's proven so far. So we need to just see the continuation going forward for Bitcoin. Obviously, like I put on Twitter yesterday, there are bearish counts and bullish counts, okay? And a lot of people, they just post the bullish count to suit their bias, or they just post the bearish count to suit their bias. I tend to just show you a bit of both, and then from that you can make your own judgment, because there's always a bearish and bullish count. Elliott wave, this is why I find it so subjective, okay? It can fit any bias that you want, but a very strong, powerful back count that I'm looking at with confluence is this count here, where this was a bottom, this was an impulsive wave 1, corrective wave 2, impulsive wave 3, corrective wave 4, and right now we're potentially bottomed by not losing that wave 1 high. That's a rule of Elliott wave. So there's a lot of confluence in that count for me, because at this point here as well, when Bitcoin began to come down in April 2021, a lot of the altcoins came down and then never came back up. So they've been in an ABC since then. So that for me is confluence. Right now there's confluence in the fact that we've not lost the wave 1 high. So if we can continue to do that, then I think I've got a valid bullish count here, in the sense of what I've got is an impulsive wave 1, corrective wave 2, impulsive wave 3, corrective wave 4, and right now we're missing this beautiful blow off top, this corrective wave 5, which is part of the big cycle that Bitcoin's actually in from peak to peak. And I've gone through this with you before. From peak to peak was 2 years, from peak to peak was 4 years, and I think we are actually still in a cycle where we've got the peak to peak, which is 6 years. So if we sort of break the all-time high by the end of the year here, or early 2024 before the halvening, then this cycle theory of mine is actually right, okay? And the cycles and the peaks are not actually related to the halvening. So that's another little theory, but anyway, it can be thrown out the window if we start to come down and we lose this local low that we're putting, and equally that 2019 high that we're putting. But anyway, let's dive into the CBBI right now. So looking at the CBBI, we're still currently at 18. I think what we're looking for here is a break of this local high at 19. That would be quite a bullish statement in the sentiment of Bitcoin. And equally what we're looking at here, is just a follow through, because right here, dark green, beautiful light green into the dark red, dark green, beautiful light green into the dark red, dark green, beautiful light green into the dark red. This is what we're looking for, and it was light green down here as well, up into that big blow off top. So we're looking just for the continuation to marry up with all the data, not the emotion, okay, of the market, because I know everyone's really emotional. Everyone's like, it's going to 14k, every post, every reply is macro, and every reply is 10k, 12k, 14k and things like that. But we may have bottomed, obviously, but I've not got a confirmation of the bottom yet. I'm looking for the weekly close above resistance. Equally, we need to take out something in the charts to invalidate a very bearish count account, which I'm going to show you as well. I think it's around about 34k. I did post this on Twitter. There's a lot of work to do, but right now we just have to, go by the data, respect the data. At the end of the day, Bitcoin's coming back. It's coming back to support, and every time it's coming back, it's getting bought up. Okay, we're having multiple closes above the weekly 20, which is something that is technically really bullish, and people are ignoring that. Like I said to you, you want to see consistent closes above that weekly 20 EMA if you want to be in a bull market. Okay, if you want Bitcoin to go up, or you're looking at some kind of data to relate to a bull market, you have to be above that weekly 20. And right now, Bitcoin has been above it for 9 weeks, and it almost lost it last week, but it came right back up and closed above it, didn't it? So quite a strong little signal from the bulls right there to sort of back up the market. But anyway, let's dive into the Fear and Greed Index right now. So looking at the Fear and Greed Index for the crypto markets right now, pretty much neutral like it was a few days ago before that big pump. Yesterday was in greed at 56. So very, very neutral. And this is something you want to see. If you're sort of coming down, holding a key level support, you want to be neutral and then to go again, obviously. I think if we do start to fall any lower in the targets I'm going to show you right now, there's massive levels of support down there for Bitcoin, okay, that I don't want to see lost. So let's dive into the Bitcoin chart, see what we can see, okay? So looking at Bitcoin on the daily, there's a chance here we're creating some kind of big diamond top pattern at the moment. So if Bitcoin does come back and it loses this green line, that's really, really bearish. Okay, so it means that you've got a big diamond top and you potentially got a massive move down here towards this low. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on this going forward. Obviously, I don't know what it's going to do, but equally these can come up, consolidate like this, and then continue. So we're looking for support off the green line if it gets down there, and we're looking to break the red line for the continuation, okay, to the upside. Now, one thing, this is going to be a really tradable event, okay, because if we do start to do something like this, old EMAs, break this red line, super, super bullish, I think we're up there, okay. Like I said to you, getting a follow through and a continuation to 46k. Now, right there is a major level of resistance which invalidates a bearish count, okay, and I'm going to show you this bearish count that still exists, and I think I've gone through this with you before. So I'm going to drop a line in here of support, because this is exactly where Bitcoin's been coming back to the old time. Support, like that, and then it's coming back up, okay. So until we start to come up and take out that line, there equally exists the scenario that this was some kind of retracement back up, and right now you're going to break down with this diamond top, lose this green line is a really bearish statement, and obviously because you're falling through all that support on the 20-week EMA as well, and boom, we're going to start to come down to this red line, okay. So I can't call it, I don't know exactly what Bitcoin's going to do, but what right now we have to respect the data, and the data is telling us that Bitcoin's holding the weekly 20 EMA right here for 9 weeks. So this is what we're looking at. If it can continue to hold the 20-week EMA and stay inside of this pattern and break this red line, then you're looking at continuation here. This is come up, consolidation, continuation, okay. Now, why this line here? Why this resistance? Why do we need to see that broken to invalidate a very bearish count which projects another impulsive move to the downside? And I think I've gone through this with you before as a count, the bearish count, because like I said to you, bearish and bullish counts exist. They exist, in any time frame to fit any bias or whatever. You can always find a bullish count or a bearish count. So right now, this is a bearish count that I'm seeing thrown around quite a lot, and I've shown you this before. This was a 1, this was a 2, this is a 3, and right now you're still in your 4, which has peaked its head above that high, peaked its head above the 55 EMA, and right now it's coming back down. So if that is the case, and we start to fall through all this support here, the green line, start to lose EMAs, and we start to come down, and we lose this big diamond top, then yeah, we've got to look at another impulsive move as a projection down just here for Bitcoin towards this trend line again, wherever it is in time, like I said to you. So if that is the case, I do think it's going to be an opportunity, although it won't feel like an opportunity. I do think that will be the end of the C wave. We've got a 5 waves in, but something I'm looking at as another scenario. A bullish count is at 1, 2, 3, this is a 4, and this is a 5, and we're done, and right now we're coming up impulsively. So that's a bullish count that exists in a bearish count. Do you understand? So there's always a count for anything, but right now it's the invalidation of this count that we're looking at, and Bitcoin needs to come up to invalidate this count. It needs to take out that wave 1 low. Why? Because the rules of Elliott wave state that wave 4 cannot retrace any greater than wave 1 to the upside or to the downside. That's the rule of Elliott wave. So we're looking for invalidation to get really, really bullish, and a potential big tick to this bearish count not being in, and then the perma bears can throw it out the window basically and find another count. But in a minute, we have to respect what Bitcoin's doing, and it's closing 9 weeks above a weekly 20 EMA, compressing between EMAs, looking for expansion. So if this is some kind of bullish continuation pattern like this, we're coming up and consolidating between, and we break that red line, I think you're going to come up and take that out. And we've just got a continuation to 46k right now for Bitcoin. So it's going to get a little bit choppy, a little bit sideways again. Like I said to you, look at some of those altcoins over the next couple of weeks here. If they start to ramp up, then it's looking pretty good that they're coming up back into the weekly 55 EMAs, and then Bitcoin will go again. And this is how it all works. Bitcoin goes, slows down, altcoins catch up. Bitcoin goes, slows down, altcoins catch up. That's how it works, okay? So I wish everyone the utmost luck, but we'll keep an eye on this big diamond top pattern going forward, okay? Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.